Shalom Israel. Kalalayamla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. To all the men of Great Millstone and the like-minded brothers pushing the gospel. Shalom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And to all the Akwaf that will be your sisters. And to all the other Akyam or brothers who hear and believe the 100% truth. Shalom. And it's just a quick lesson. You see I have a picture here. And this picture is from an article that a brother shared in the group. Right? Very concerning article. And it's entitled Contemporary Violent Extremism and the Black Hebrew Israelite Movement. Right? And this article is fresh because you see there September 2022. You understand what I say? You see what we have now is the devil getting ready to come down on us with great wrath. You understand? And let me see. It says there, Insight, National Counter-Terrorism, Innovation Technology and Education Center. So these people want to educate, quote unquote educate, the world on who the so-called black Hebrew Israelites are. Because we ain't no fucking black Hebrew Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the children of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. So-called Negroes, the Latinos, the Hispanics and Native Americans. We are all the Israelites, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And you have the ones likened unto speckled bird, the Israelites that look like heathens, living in the lands of the heathens, but the seed line go back to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. So we are the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I mean? And I'm going to entitle this lesson, The Term Hebrew Israelite Will Become Despicable. That's the title of the lesson. And as you can see in the picture there, I don't know which camp this is. But this is not a Great Millstone camp. But the fact of the matter is they're gonna lump all of the Hebrew Israelite camps under one fold, and they're gonna brand us with the same title, the same terrorist, the same extremists. That's their plan. Right? So I used the word despicable earlier because the term Hebrew Israelite will become despicable. Could get the meaning of the word despicable. Hold on a moment. Alright, so the word despicable, it means fit or deserving to be despised, contemptible, mean. And it says down here, a wretched or wicked person. So in other words, these people have the Hebrew Israelites as a wretched or wicked people. Right? They say we are vile, we're evil, we're mean. You understand me I say? And ultimately this is our slander. Because we are not terrorists. We are just bringing out the prophecies pertaining to what is going to happen. Right? Esau Edom, which is a so-called white man, the elites of Esau Edom they're angry because they're very troubled because prophecies going out, they can't stop the awakening of the Hebrew Israelites, which they have hid for so many years. Right? And this is why they're getting ready to come down with all of this slander. Right? And you being an Hebrew Israelite, very soon it's going to attract a lot of negative light. Especially when they start to demonize us the real way. This is going to be the shrine of our faith. You understand? And if a man, if a brother or a sister is not rooted in this truth, they're going to get washed away when the real demonization come in. You understand what I say? Let's just open the floor with the book of 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 7. And it says here, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. Here's the point. Because I say ultimately this is going to be a temptation to a lot of people, A lot of people, when the demonization come in and you being a Hebrew Israelite, a lot of people is going to have the temptation, to detach themselves, to disassociate themselves from brothers. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's all coming down. But this is the point, verse 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That's the true name of the Messiah, right? And that's pretty much the point, really. You know what I mean? The trying of our faith. We're going to be tried. You understand me? I say, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is going to try out, you know, those who supposed to come off as being worthy. You know, that quality will manifest itself. You understand me? I say, you have to get tried. Ecclesiasticus 2:5, man. Let's get that real fast. This is book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. When you try gold in the fire, when you're purifying gold, all of the dross, you know, gets removed. That's why they burn it. You know what I mean? To purify it, so they can get the pure gold. You understand what I say? And you see, our stance as Hebrew Israelites will be brought, you know, to the surface. You know what I mean? Because you see, the slanderous conditions will be created to put us in a very negative light. You understand what I say? And people already think we're Muslims. I get that a lot. People think I'm a Muslim. Do I carry myself like a Muslim? No. Just because I have a beard. The Bible says we're supposed to. So you see, this place is fucked up. Because the same people who are branding me as a Muslim, they are so-called Christians. And if so-called Christians understood the Bible, they would know that a man is supposed to have his beard. You know? Your brothers that can't grow beard, that's a different case. But if you can't grow your beard, you're supposed to have it. You know, but then jumping up and down in church building with clean-shaved pastors, clean-shaved deacons, you know, they're hypocrites at the end of the day. You know? And they say that we preach hate just because we are declaring the biblical judgments in store for these other nations. They say we're preaching hate. You know what I mean? But then, ultimately, bringing out biblical judgments that is in store for these nations is a part of the gospel as well. You know what I mean? So, all of this heavy demonization, we're going to have to endure it. You know? We're going to have to be strong in this thing. Right? Yahweh Shai endured persecution. Yahweh Shai was the ultimate prophet. You know? That's why, you know, through the Spirit, John the Baptist could write, you know, what Yahweh Shai said. Revelation 2 and verse 10. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. See, it's written in red. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. That devil there is talking about a physical person. You know what I mean? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is also known as the devil. Because he's going to be the one that will be casting brothers into prisons. Not the spiritual demon Satan. Right? That ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's what Yahweh Shai say now. Be faithful unto death. You know, some of us will face persecution unto death, and that's a reality. That's why each brother and sister have to arm their mind, you know, harm themselves with the mindset to die in this thing. You understand? Because we don't know who's gonna die, right? And you see, all of these elites, they have secret bounties that they put on brothers' heads, you know, or they plan to have us captured. They have the FBI, the CIA, you know. They have us on red list. They have this thing, you know, red list, yellow list, blue list, which the Hebrew Israelites, I know for sure that we are in the red list, right, to be put to death, because our doctrine that comes from the Bible goes directly against Esau Edom's agenda and the world that he's trying to create, right? So they're going to have us up in the news, you know, they're going to pin terrorist attacks on us, cut and edit brothers' videos, you know, to make us look bad. You understand what I say? And it's going to reach a point where even our own family and friends is going to rat us out to the authorities. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons why you see that attachment to the world, that attachment to people that's outside of the truth, you know, the affairs of the world. We're going to have to let a lot of shit go in the snap of a finger, right? So if we arm ourselves with that mentality, you see me I say, 1 John, the 2nd chapter tell you that. This is 1 John, the 2nd chapter, verse 15. It says here, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right? You see, if you don't have the love of the Father, you won't be able to appreciate, nor anticipate the kingdom that was promised unto us. You see me? Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. You see that? So hey, a lot of these things in the world, man, the lust of the flesh, are stumbling blocks. And many Hebrew Israelites are going to abandon the faith to fall back into the world. They're going to abandon the faith, to fall back in the favor of the eyes of the world. Right? Verse 17, and the world passeth away, talking about this current age and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai abideth forever. You see? So that way we won't partake in the second death, because death by pain is coming, especially to the Israelites, man. You see, and all of this will be very convenient for the scoffers like Vocab Malone, Gino Jennings, all of these people that hate that hate the Hebrew Israelites or come against him, people that hate seeing us in the streets, you know what I mean? But then the season of trial must come. It has to. And that's the reality. You know what I mean? It have to come before the fame come. That fame is gonna come by way of the Lord using certain men to do miracles, to demonstrate spiritual power, to get himself out of a particular situation. And ultimately, who make the cut to get on those chariots, right? And it won't be the people who they think. That's the thing, So it won't be your pastor pork chop, your mama Pat, who has been in church from she was 6 years old, and now she whole and grey. Won't be none of those people. You understand me I say? Because in order to make it on the chariot, you have to believe the 100% gospel. You have to believe that you're an Israelite, and you repent and you know the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Wisdom of Solomon 5, starting at verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. They have no business with the labors. They see us out there prophesying, they mock us. They don't care. When they see it, they shall be troubled and with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Chariots coming down, beaming up brothers and sisters, so far beyond all that they looked for. That's the last thing they were expecting. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. As I was said, them say we out there, they mock us, they scoff us. They think we're doing all of this for no reason, right? They're gonna say, were those really the men on the street corners? Men wearing robes with raggedy beards, How is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot among the saints. They might ask themselves. A lot of them are gonna be very shocked, when they see who get beamed up in those chariots. So we have to just endure, this period of demonization that is coming. Easier said than done. It's gonna take the spirit to overcome this. Kalalayam la Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Shalom.